Do you want to play a deck that spreads damage like no other? Then let me show you Grimmsnarl. Hey trainers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Marnie's Grimmsnarl. The deck already saw some play here and there, but it lacked some form of consistency to make the deck run more smoothly and perfect. And with the release of Mega Evolution, it did just that. So first up, let's talk about what makes the deck tick. So your main attacker is going to be Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX. It has that punk up ability, which if you evolve this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 5 basic Dark Energy cards and attach them to the Marnie's Pokemon in any way you like. So you will basically use this ability to charge up your own main attacker, similar to what Charizard does basically. And it has a similar attack, although quite different. So it has the Shadow Bullet attack, which does 180 damage to the active Pokemon and also 30 damage to the benched Pokemon. And this is quite relevant. Let me show you. Because this deck is also playing the Froslass engine. So what does Froslass do? It has the Freezing Shroud ability. So during Pokemon Checkup, you may put 1 damage counter on each Pokemon that has an ability. So now it all falls into play. So you will use the Froslass's ability to place damage counters on both your Munkidoris and your Grimmsnarl EX. And with the ability of Munkidori, you can basically channel the damage back to the opponent's board and then end your turn with a big devolution. Yes, there's also one devolution in here because those big mega Pokemon all evolve from either a basic Pokemon with 70 HP or a stage 1 Pokemon from around 100 to 120 HP. So you will see you don't need a lot of turns to channel the damage in order to board wipe them all. And of course, if you do need some more time, you can also use the Budew to use Impidimp to buy yourself another turn. Alright, so let's hop into some games and see how it rolls. And I will get to go first. This is not typically what we want. We do really want to go second, and then use Arven to grab a TM Evo. If I do have to choose between those two, I'd rather promote the Impidimp, because getting that Ursaluna out of the active spot is quite tricky. I think that's fine. I'm going to attach there and end my turn. It's not much we can do, really. Wouldn't also make sense to bench the Ursaluna, because if it would get trapped, we can't really get it out of the active spot, and it can't attack because it needs 5 energies. So let's see what they do on their turn. Obviously, they have to reveal what deck they're playing. They got to have some sort of setup, or not really. They just played Lily off the bat, right? Let's hope you didn't draw too many of the same cards now. No, you haven't found a Buddy Poffin. Let's see what you're getting here. We might as well see the Snorunt, if it is Monkey. No, it's going to be Charizard. Charizard is also a good matchup for Grimmsnarl, because you can basically spread the damage. But if they do end up playing the Duskull variant, then this might get tricky. So far, we haven't seen any Duskull yet. They have double Manda, which is really good. They found that summons the boss's orders, but they can't quite boss anything up. Plus, they already played a supporter card. Playing Super Art this early? They're quite desperate with their resources. But next turn, this Tatsugiri might find something they can work with. And I think I do want to prevent that. But there's no way I can knock that out. So I will think about my own setup. And I will grab the Buddy Poffin. I might even grab Secret Box and then throw away the Ursaluna. But I might keep the Defiance Bands in case something gets knocked out. And we don't have the Evo in deck. Okay. What about the Stadium cards? We have Spikemuth Gym. Yes, might as well grab the Secret Box then. Just the Secret Box. Alright. What am I throwing away? I think I might even evolve this Secret Box, this. I mean, I might not need Iono next turn, but I can still grab it from the deck. Still have 2 copies more. And I have to think about the setup of next turn. I do have I have a Lily in hand. I need the Buddy Poffin, obviously. Spikemuth Gym. So with the Buddy Poffin, I can grab myself some Snorunts. Then with the Spikemuth Gym, I can grab another Impidimp. Let's see how the Snorunt line is looking. Right, there's nothing prized. We have the Yveltal. Oh, I do wish I could... Oh, wait. I can grab the Yveltal with Artazon. And then we can retreat. Well, we can't attach this turn. No, it's going to be better with the Spikemuth Gym instead. Okay, Buddy Poffin. Go grab the squad. I mean, I might even item lock them. We have seen this in games before where you item lock the Charizard and they can't quite do anything. So I'm going to retreat here. Going to think about the setup. Could grab myself another Impidimp just because we really need it. And I think I want to even pre-attach the Defiance Bands. That might make the Morgrem a bigger target, but if they can't set up, then that's fine. Because we have the Lily's Determination, we decrease the odds, we draw into the Defiance Bands again, so we can grab one more card, which can be relevant. So let's see what they do here. They play another Lily. So their hand was Lily, Boss, and then 2 other random cards. But they can't get their setup even now because they are item locked. If they have a bad hand as well. Oh, they play Town Store. That's nice. I just wish it was Artazon. Then I could get my Yveltal out and just stall this Tatsugiri. But if it do end up evolving their Charizards, we can't use the Yveltal to stall the Pidgeot. Okay, they have an Air Balloon. I do wonder, they're going to attack with Blazing Destruction here? No, just the Air Balloon pass. Okay, we have another Lily. Nice. Good. I'm going to play the Lily and see what we get here. Right, we have the Froslass. That's good. We can spread even more damage on the Tatsugiri. We can either grab a Munkidori, attach there, or evolve into Grimmsnarl. No, I'm going to keep my board state with 1 prizes here. I think I'm going to get rid of the Arven because there's only Devo still in deck. But I do want to keep 1 or 2 Arven still because in late games I can use the Arven to go fetch out the Devo and maybe Night Stretcher shenanigans or whatever. Right, I'm going to grab the Munkidori here. Right, so from now on, I'm spreading damage on myself as well, which I can just channel over next turn. Also, I can build up the damage on the Tatsugiri. I'm going to Itchy Pollen here again to limit them from playing item cards and to set up. So the longer they take to set up by manually evolving the Charmanders, the more time I have to channel my damage over. Oh, they're playing Munkidori as well. That's interesting. They still have to find the Dark Energy for that. But I doubt they play more than just the 1. So again, we're still in a good position because they play their 3rd Lily. Man, this is getting crazy and still no Charmeleon? Yeah, they're just locked out of the game. All right, are we going to see another pass here? I suppose it is. Because they can't do quite much. They're benching another Charmander. And they're going to retreat into the Charmander. So now we can build up the damage on the Oh, they want to charge up the... Oh, they want to Evo. Nice one. Yeah, too bad we couldn't bump the stadium then. Evolution. This is going to be good for them. But is it going to be the Charmeleon with the Flare Veil ability? Because if it is... No, it's going to be the 100 HP one. Yeah, he's going to play the Fancy Arts. Nice. Right, that's an interesting Evo right there. Okay. I suppose there's nothing else for me to do here. So I think the best scenario is to just play the Lily and not attach the Dark Energy because I can use the ability from, Marnie's Grimmsnarl to attach to my Pokemon. But I don't quite need it. I think I want to Iron Bundle here and see what they promote. Because if they promote the Tatsugiri again, then I can bench the Yveltal and just trap that Tatsugiri. Then they can't do anything again. Or might even just item lock them. Yeah, they're promoting the Charmander without the energy. So that's also huge. Right, so I'm going to use the Trainer Brain here. And I think I want to start preloading onto the Pidgeot. Yeah, that seems fine. I don't want to bench the Yveltal quite yet. I really wish I found a second Munkidori here. No, I'm going to Itchy Pollen and chill. I mean, they might even have Pidgeot in hand, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, they have the Pidgeot in hand. So they can use the ability. So they can manually search out the Charizard and then evolve the Charmeleon into Charizard. Right, so they got themselves a setup. And if they did have a boss, they could already place some damage on the Grimmsnarl, so that's why I didn't evolve it just yet. Just keep the board state 1 prize worthy and then evolve next turn. I mean, they might go after the Morgrem. Again, because I did pre-attach the Defiance Bands. Right, let's see what they grab here. I think I would be surprised if it's anything other than the Charizard, because they do really need to start taking prizes now. Alright, there's the Infernal Rain. Obviously 1 on the active Pokemon, and then 2 on the Charizard. Oh, there's going to be no on the active. Maybe have they Fire in hand? Yeah, they have the Fire in hands. Discarding. I mean, they don't have quite a lot of fires left now. Do we see a boss on the Morgrem even? They have 5 cards in hands. Yeah, they have the boss. The Morgrem is getting bossed. Oh, it's going to be the Froslass. I mean, it makes sense because now I can't spread damage. So we need to set up another Snorunt ASAP. Right, I'm going to evolve this one and evolve active. And because we're behind some prize cards, I do 30 more damage now. Right, 2 there, 1 there. And now let's keep this one if we find any Munkidori. Now, we do have the option to boss up the Munkidori, but then there will be a waste of the Defiance bands. And we get to survive another turn. We don't do enough damage to knock out the Munkidori. Plus, they can boss over and over again because they have established the Pidgeot. So I think in this situation, I just want to shuffle back the Snorunts just to keep the Super Odd. No, I'm not going to clutter the deck. Just want to establish more Snorunts. Yeah, that's Super Odd again. Right, I can Body Pop in here. Still have 1 Munkidori back in deck. Still have the other Froslass in deck as well. Right, going to keep it that way. I'm going to keep the 10 damage as well because that won't be relevant unless the Pidgeotto has 80 HP. So now it has 30. I can spread 30 more. Then it has 60. And then maybe after some consecutive turns, I can do a big Devo. Yeah, I'm just going to spread there. Let's just hope they don't find the Dark Energy. But they're going to heal from the active, which they always do. Let's just see how their turn's going. Going to play the Ultra Ball. Obviously finding themselves another Charizard. Yeah, maybe it was wise to damage the Charmeleon then. Because it's a Tera Pokemon, I can't just snipe it on the bench. But I wonder, they did discard some Fire Energy, so if they evolve into Charizard now, and they don't have the Fire Energies for it, they might get stuck even. It's going to be the Pheasantipity. But you don't have the bench part for it, mate. But he's expecting a KO next turn. They're going to play Hilda. So with Hilda, they can grab the Dark Energy. Maybe it's a Prism. No, it's Dark. I suppose they're knocking out the Budew here to take another prize card. Or just pre-dump everything on the Snorunt and then hope we can't evolve next turn. But I think they want to go aggressively and just put it onto the Budew. And they take it from the Pidgeot. See, they did put it on the Snorunt. So next turn, they can knock it out with another Munkidori themselves. But that doesn't even matter because I can use the Munkidori and just place it over again. And because I have 30 now, I can just put the 30 on the Tatsugiri, and maybe if I do find a counter catcher, I can counter catch up something else. This is looking good. Burning Darkness for 180. Alright, I suppose I better heal off the active then. Oh, and I do find the second Munkidori here. This is huge. Because now I can heal 60 damage off the active, just place it somewhere it doesn't even matter. I mean, it always has to matter, of course. It's going to evolve this. And I know I don't have any Dark Energies left. I don't want to use Punk Up. Of course, I do want to keep all of these resources. So I think I just want to play Iono. Because they did play the Ultra Ball to get their Fez, and then I shovel the Fez back down. Yeah, this is going to be good. And this enhances the chances of me... There's the Counter Catcher. I have the Night Stretcher to grab the Froslass back. Right, so now I have to count. So this takes 2 turns. That takes a couple of turns. That needs 60 more. So I think 60 is 90. I'm still behind on prize cards. 90. It's better for me to counter catch the Pidgeot. I played Iono, so they can't get the Fez. At least not now. I can play the Spikemuth. I don't need it, so they can't use the Town Stall. Alright, I'm going to do this. So there's going to be 30 there, and doing 210. So that's not enough. So effectively, if I place 10 more on there, they're going to get knocked out by the Froslass, but obviously I'm going to lose my Grimmsnarl in return. Yeah, the Charizard's going to do 240. I think I want to put it on the Charmander then. I'm going to keep this Devo because that will be huge. And then yeah, just use Shadow Bullet. I mean, I'm already there, am I? Yeah, that's going to be correct then. Going to take 3 prize cards here. Going to put it on the Charmander. So that has 217 and gets knocked out by the Froslass. Alright, this is good. And then next turn, the Tatsugiri is knocked out. And then I can use a big Devo to end everything off. Alright, this is going smooth. They're going to place the Artazon. I mean, because they lost the Pidgeot, They can't just quite get their resources. Oh, they had the Nest Ball for the Fizzendipity. I mean, they have 18 cards back in deck, so the odds of them drawing what they want is quite high. But they're going to bench the Shaman, which is also a good, because next turn I can heal off the Froslass. And then 20 off the Grimmsnarl. I suppose I should heal 30. Are they going to play Counter Catcher? I mean, I suppose. But if they Counter Catcher the Froslass, then there's no way they can win. So they do really need to take KO here on the active Grimmsnarl. They're attaching a Mist Energy on the Munkidori. Interesting. But the Mist doesn't stop the Froslass. Oh, this is good. Now you just gave me one target to heal off with the Munkidori. Right, there's the Iono. That's too bad we lost the Devo. But I suppose that's why I kept the Arven. Because Arven just fetches out of the deck. And then next turn, I just have to make sure there's enough damage on the Charmeleon. But I don't think that will be the case because I only have 2 Munkidoris. But I suppose I can't take 2 knockouts here. Obviously, the Charizard is going to be devoed. Yeah, let's promote the Grimmsnarl. The Munkidori has 40. I can also just move over all the damage to the Munkidori and then devo. But then the odds are quite big. They have Candy Charizard and then they just knock me out. Yeah, I suppose let's see what we can do. I think channeling over the damage to the Munkidori is always wise. Because we save the Froslass. Plus they get KO'd in between turns. And I do really want to find the Devo here. Is Night Stretcher going to do anything? Yes, because we need the Dark Energy. Kind of. There we go. Going to play the Arven. Oh, they conceded. Yeah, they just saw we had the game. Nice. GG's, my friends. Alright, let's hop into another one. Alright, the opponent chose to go first. This is quite huge for us because we always want to go second, because then we can utilize the TM Evo. But I guess with the hand we're having, I'm going to have to choose between either a Budew Puffin or an Earthen Vessel. But I guess Budew Puffin will be quite better. But then we can get the Secret Box, and the Secret Box can get a Spikemuth Gym, which leads to another Impidimp, and it seems we're going up against Tera Box, which is good because they have a lot of Pokemon which have abilities. So that's good for us to spread the damage. And also, if we can place just the 1 damage count onto the Pikachu, its Resolute Heart ability won't be active anymore. We're going to see the Fan Call here, obviously to get out some hoots. It's going to be just the 1 hoot and a Ditto. What do you need the Ditto for? Now you need to Nest Ball for the Latias. Don't you know that's a big target for us? Because Latias is weak to Dark? That's going to be an easy 2 prize cards for me, mate. No, it's Nest Ball for another hoot. So you attach Retreat into the Ditto, and what is it you really need? I suppose the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. Yeah, there it is. That's going to be our biggest threat here. So we really need to see we place down 3 Impidimps at least. But I suppose I can use the Iron Bundle to get it out of the active again. Right, I'm going to grab... Yeah, sadly we didn't find a energy card here. So I suppose we're nothing with the Evo, nothing with the Devo as well. Because they play mostly basic Pokemon, don't quite need that. And the Noctowl just basically builds damage onto itself. Only 1 Budew Puffin? Crazy. And I have 3 catchers in hand. My god. Alright, this is going to be it. Going to discard the Grimmsnarl, Devo, suppose an Arven? If I do get behind some prize cards, I can just... I hope not, but you will never be too sure. And I think it's best to take the Spikemuth Gym and not give them the Artazon. Because if I could give them the Artazon, they can just put down more Hooters, and I just don't want that. And let's go take the Defiance Band as well. I mean, I might take the Air Balloon, and something is trapped in the active. So Budew Puffin here, and it doesn't matter that I item lock them. Just going to take these 2, and I'm afraid I really need to play the Iron Bundle because there's an Impidimp prized. Yeah, this is going to end up pretty badly then. Should have taken the Artazon instead. No shot. Wait, where am I Froslass? This is it? God, what are these prize cards? Yeah, I'm going to Hyper Blow here. Just going to set them back a turn. Or force them to play a Latias. Going to promote the fan, of course. Yeah, since we don't have a Froslass, I think it's better to sacrifice the Snorunt here. So we get to keep our Impidimp. Yeah, let's do that. Because now there is a stadium, they can just attach and damage. And I just want to prevent the Impidimps getting knocked out at all costs. There's the area 0. So now they can build up a very large bench. Yeah, man, these prizes are crazy. 1 Snorunt, 2 Froslass, an Impidimp. My god. This is going to bite me in the ass. Alright, they're going to play Nestball and Crispin. Nestball for the Latias, of course. A Teal Mask. So they're going to Crispin for a Grass and a other energy. Then they can use Teal Dance to grab even more cards. So that later game, they can use the E-Switch to channel it over to another attacking Pokemon. Okay, so it's going to be the Water on the Waterpon. Teal Dance there. Maybe they do sacrifice another Noctowl here? Yeah, Briar and another Teal Mask are going down. And they're going to grab themselves another Noctowl. Interesting enough. So their plan is here, they do really need another pivot. So they need Air Balloon or another Nestball for Latias. Then they need an E-Switch and they need the Crystal in order to attack. Or I suppose they didn't attach this turn. No, they didn't. Vessel the boss? Mate, what are you doing? Grass Water? I mean, just attack with the Fan Rotom, it's fine. But they are preloading the Wellspring, which is not ideal for us. Assault Landing, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think I'm going to promote the Impidimp. And I might even counter catch something up, just in case. It's going to be a Budew here. I'm going to evolve this one. This is mad. They have another energy in hand, so they can retreat anything if possible. But they can't commit another Noctowl here. They are out of hoots. I think I want to bench the Budew just instead. Alright, so counter catch the Pikachu. And I think I want to put down some damage. Just in case I can't find the candy for it. Yeah, there's not going to be a candy yet. There's an attachment though. I can pre-attach Morgrem. I can play the Night Stretcher for the Snorunt, but that's not going to do much. I mean, if I found a candy, I could have evolved into Grimmsnarl. But no candy. Oh, and an attached there. I mean, I could have played Ultra Ball and grabbed myself a Munkidori, but that wasn't going to do much as well. Right, I'm going to retreat here. Going to play Ultra Ball, and I think I might even discard the Lily, because next turn I really want to plow through the deck. Yeah, I'm just going to take the Morgrem. I mean, I guess this was also an angle for Yveltal, so that must have been the better play then. Just to Yveltal stall the Noctowl, because they can't get the Turo out of the deck, if they play a Turo, that is. But they have to. Turo or Switch. But now I pre-dumped on the Pikachu. They have attached retreat. Of course they did, because we knew. And we see as an Assault Landing. So now they're down 2 prize cards. But now I can manually evolve my Morgrem, which is going to be huge here. And I still have access to Counter Catcher. Right, so I can bench Munkidori. And the Munkidori is not going to be relevant here. But I do want to get myself my Snorunt back. And I want to get rid of that Water Palm. But that's not going to be a threat anymore if we end up evolving our Pokemon. So, it's better to Night Stretcher for the Snorunt. I suppose not, innit? Right, grab the Grimmsnarl. Just in case we whiff on the Grimmsnarl with the Iono. We're going to Counter Catcher back the Pikachu, because that's the real threat. I'm going to evolve, benched, grab the energies out of the deck, and then just hope we do end up with 1 more. Yeah, 3's fine. 3 left in deck. Or just a 2. Yeah, just need the 1 there. Just preload this one. Right, and just Iono. And just hope we find an energy for Munkidori. If they do end up playing the Wellspring Mask, we can channel that damage back over. Right, we do have the Ursaluna, which is going to be good late game. And I suppose I don't want to get rid of all these resources, so I'm not going to play any Vessel. But I do really want energy on the Munkidori. Yeah, I suppose getting rid of Yveltal is fine. We can still Night Stretcher for it. But not too much. We're already down 1, so just bench that. Right. Then play any Shadow Bullet for 180. And we're going to preload onto the Noctowl here. Then if we do end up taking our Froslass out of the prize cards, it's better to establish a Snorunt ASAP. There's a Hoot. And the good thing is they can't one-shot us here, and the Pikachu is left with 10 damage only. So if they punch the Grimmsnarl, we can easily channel that over. Then we take 2 prize cards ourselves, and then maybe knock something else out in return. Are they just going to pass? Yeah, they just want us to commit our Shadow Bullet onto the Pikachu, and just don't want to get knocked out because of the Munkidori. Interesting enough. There's quite a few ways we can play this hand. I can Night Stretcher the Iron Bundle, but then I'm down 2 Night Stretchers. And then I can play the Research or the Lily. Because we still have 6 prize cards, we do draw 8 cards. But then the odds are big they're going to promote the Noctowl, so I'm just going to play the Lily. There's the Candy, we have Evo. Yeah, we don't have need of Evo anymore. Just going to put it there. Yeah, I'm afraid I do need to commit on the Pikachu, because I can't take it out with 30 damage from Shadow Bullet. But I suppose if I keep me to the plan before and then expect a punch on the Grimmsnarl, then we can channel the damage over. Yeah, they're going to give us the Noctowl, which is good of them. Yeah, it's not wise to do that on the Pikachu. Going to preload this Noctowl. So we get to take 1 prize card here, and I really hope it is something useful. It is going to be the Froslass. Okay, but we still need to get the Snorunt out of the discard. So then we need to play another Night Stretcher. Might as well play the Super Odds with Arven. Yeah, that's going to be the better play here. Going to fetch out the Super Odds, shuffling back the Snorunt and the Yveltal. Right, we do have our game plan. Let's see what they're doing here. They're going to promote the Pikachu again. Yeah, there's not much going onto in their hand. If they commit into such a sacrifice. But that changes things. I can boss up the Hoot, throw the damage back onto the Noctowl. Yeah, that's going to be the better play. I mean, do I really need to have to bench another monkey here? Just going to leave that Pikachu alone. Come here, Hoot. Shadow Bullet. Boom. And now I have 3 Munkidori set up with energy. And then just the Morgrem, just needing 1 more. Right, we're going to get the Budew PRE in. That's not going to be helpful because there is only 1 Snorunt in deck. Or they're going to promote the Teal Mask. Are we going to see a Super Odd then? Yeah, because the Teal Mask is scary, because the Grimmsnarl is weak to grass, they can one-shot us with the Teal Mask. But they need 3 grass energies to make it work. And they already played the Vessel. Alright, they just don't want to throw any damage to us. And they know we can't one-shot us because we can't channel over the damage. I mean, next turn I'm in such a really good position. Right, I'm going to Arven for the Super Odds. Yeah, Defiance Band. And then we can Super Odds back the Snorunt. Then we can Budew PRE him for the Snorunt again, like that. And because we have the Froslass in hand, then there's no way we can whiff this. Suppose I can attach the energy there. Then our hand is looking good. The deck is looking thin. There is no way we're losing this next turn. Right, mate, what do you have? It's going to be a Crystal onto the Wellspring. Attachments onto the Wellspring. And I suppose they're taking out the Snorunt. No. Yeah, but that's game, my friends. I can just channel over the damage with the Munkidori. Alright, they're taking their prize cards. And now we can just Adrenabrain for the GGs. And then, yeah, there's the concession. That's going to be GG's, my friends. And that wraps up the gameplay of the Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to not miss any future content. Alright, trainers, my name's Wanzi, and I will see you in the next video.